Hey, Queen's Voice, Peter Kefalas still here at the Rockaway GOP meeting. Joined with a gentleman here, John Healy, who is going to be running for City Council that covers Long Island City and a few different areas. John, thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Please tell the audience what district and what areas that covers.
Sure, yes. I'm running for District 26, New York City Council. That encompasses all of Long Island City, Sunnyside, parts of Woodside, and Maspeth.
That's a large area in terms of geography, very diverse, a lot of different folks, different areas, whatnot.
I believe it's one of the largest districts in the city, yes.
Well, I mean, Long Island City's huge alone, right?
Yes.
What are the issues that your constituents are they? I mean, I know crime, the illegal aliens, the theft.
The migrant crisis is definitely up there. I think with the shelters, they're moving them in a lot of the middle-class neighborhoods. A lot of crime running around rampant because of the shelters. It's not just the migrants. We have these vicious vagrants in the subways. The 7 line has about several stops in that district. People are feeling very, very vulnerable, like the vulnerable, the elderly, the children, getting attacked. You never know what's going to happen.
These days we don't.
Yeah, you don't. You have retail theft going on, personal property theft going on. It's not just the migrant crisis. What we have a big issue is overdevelopment. And overdevelopment now with this new initiative by the City Council is the City of Yes.
Yeah.
And it's really, they're touting as something that's going to bring down the cost of housing, the cost of living. Really, it's not. It's going to increase it.
It's going to make his donors and the developers,
of course,
a lot richer. So thank you for your donation. City of Yes, yes to you guys. Do what you want.
So the Housing Committee in the New York City Council is majority, if not all, Democrat. They're under the big real estate and all the landlords. But what's going to happen also is you see a lot of those high rises in Long Island City. A lot of them are vacant, half vacant, and people can't afford to live in them.
Well, and just so our viewers know, when those big ones over at Gentry State Park, those big high first opened up, I remember reading a studio was going to set you back around $4K a month.
Yeah.
I'm assuming this probably went up a little bit, and the gym might be extra, the parking's extra. You have a doorman in the building. Nice buildings. Don't get me wrong, but a studio for $4,000 a month is, even by today's inflation, it's a little outrageous for New York.
Absolutely. Absolutely, and these are the same developers that are really now pushing the City of Yes.
Yes.
So we have a lot of work to do in that area. So we need to support our police because we need better policing. They feel like they have their hands tied. I witnessed one time, actually a migrant go in. Actually, it wasn't a migrant. I'm sorry. Into a CVS, a gentleman walked in, came out with a bunch of
walk out.
Yeah, just walked out and. The manager tried to plead for help with the police, but the police couldn't help him. Yeah. That's basically what they said. And, this needs to stop, and it's really affecting our neighborhood. And I think another thing too is with education, what the children are being taught nowadays in our schools, the transgender ideology and everything like that. It's really going out.
I don't want my daughter taught that stuff,
I understand.
And I don't want. And I think I speak for most normal people. I don't want to see anyone with a penis in a woman's locker room or a girl's locker room. Boys on boys sports. Like when I was a kid, there was no girls on my team, and vice versa. You were
absolutely
boys with the boys, the girls with the boys.
Well, the girls played sports when they were young. I had sisters. We played CYO, went to Catholic school all the time. They were considered a tomboy. That term has really disappeared now. Now they're trying to tell you, no, you know what, you're actually a boy.
You know what? I think it's a sick loophole for the perverts and the pedos to say, hey, I identify as a woman, and just walking.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. It's absolutely insane. And you're right. What they're teaching our kids in school is horrible. And the fact that we're spending so much, saw the story in the Post the other day, per capita the highest in the country, but we're not getting the most results.
Absolutely not.
And I don't necessarily blame the teachers. My mom was a retired school teacher. I blame the unions and the bureaucrats who hire all their friends like Mayor Adams and puts all these crooks in charge of these DOE and all the other organizations. And we've probably never seen such mismanagement since the last administration. De Blasio was a putz.
You thought it couldn't get worse.
Honest to God, I said, who could be worse? And then you figured Adams is an ex-cop, ex-long-term politician, council and Brooklyn president.
Seemed moderate.
Said he had a plan. He knew he was going to win. He had a year to prepare this plan.
Yeah.
He's going to fight crime. The subway's important. All this stuff, terrorism, crime. And he's made it worse. He's taking gasoline and throwing it on the fire.
Right.
I mean, we have the Roosevelt Hotel, which hundreds of millions of dollars renovated, and not one tourist set foot. Illegal aliens.
Right.
And we're paying for that. It's been a hotbed of gang activity. We've seen them shoot at police. We've seen them beat up police. And I always say this, if they're going to do that to cops in broad daylight, in uniform, what would they do to you and me? Or what did they do?
And they're not all criminals. But, I mean, we have our own constituency that the elected officials really took an oath to and proclaim that they're really going to protect, but they don't. And it's killing our social services, the hospitals.
Well, they took an oath to protect the Constitution and protect us. And if you're an elected official, public safety is first. Just citizen safety. And obviously, I don't care who you are and where you live in New York, no one in the right state of mind is going to say, I feel safe.
Yeah,
Or
we
crime
need to hold our public officials accountable. That's why I'm running. And be a voice for the people, and the people, the citizens of this country and the neighborhood that have grown up there and are being felt that they have to force out, of their own neighborhoods. And
a lot of people have left.
a shame.
A lot of people have
left.
We all know tons of people who've left and businesses, and we could probably just think on the top of our head another 10 or 20 people who said, I'm leaving soon.
Yeah.
Or I'm leaving in a year or two, or I plan on leaving. And family, friends, neighbors, and where do they go? The same states all the time, and they go to escape the crime, the taxes, the red
states. Yeah.
They go to red states, and not because they like the beach, like Cuomo said, right? Not everybody likes the beach. But what is the takeaway that your constituents telling you? Or do you feel there's excitement? Do you feel they want to carry the red wave with Trump and push?
Well, they feel neglected. I think that there was. I do see momentum in that regard. I do think things are changing. They feel like, all right, who's in charge? Everything's going on, all these issues. Who are the people in charge? And they're waking up to that now.
Well, Mayor Adams is out
involved,
out in clubbing around, hanging out with celebrities and $5,000-$10,000 suits, as Curtis said earlier.
And even they don't see that; they see what's going on around them.
Well,
and they know needs to change.
Every organization is crumbling because they're all his friends he put in charge.
Right.
Everyone looks like they're under a corruption investigation. So the chips are falling, so to speak. John, I hope you'll come back soon to Queen's Voice, speak with us. We wish you the best. You have a uphill battle. Anybody does going against the Duggan incumbent. Who have a lot of, it's like an old oak tree. You got to get those roots out and push them over, so to speak. But we wish you the best with that. Thank you so much for coming here, John.
Thank you.
Appreciate you very much.